Although Jesus looked like this in Revelation, we can suspect that when Christ comes again, he won't have a sword coming out of his mouth. And for those of us who don't believe in Christ, I think we'll get something out of this talk as well. Because often when theologians or certain mystics look at the book of Revelation, they see a story about the Christ Spirit descending onto earth. Now, whether you believe that it's a Christ Spirit or Christ in the flesh, it's unclear in the text. Because in the book of Revelation, actually at the very beginning, it says, when I was in the Spirit, when I, John, was in the Spirit. So the entire book was seen in the Spirit. And we have visions of Christ like this,
His eyes were like a flame of fire.
and like the one before, where we see different aspects of perhaps how Jesus will look, like burning red eyes, perhaps, fiery eyes, white hair, even the bronze feet described here as elsewhere in the Bible.
My feet are like fine bronze, refined in a furnace, and they burn with steadfast strength.
But we could also say that we see a symbol of Christ with the sword coming out of his mouth, with this fire, because Christ will come, the Christ Spirit will come, whether or not Christ is here in the flesh, to transform the human race, to use a sword, as he says in the gospel, to cut down falsity and to raise up justice, to raise up mercy, humility, meekness, and I think above all, love. Because Christ is a message of love. Yes, Christ is a message of love. Christ is a message of love in the body. If he is God in the flesh, we know that God's come to show us the way. God's sacrificed himself on the cross. God's uh, willing to put up with all kinds of vitriol and even the use of his name for millennia afterwards, often for heinous acts, because he loves the human race, because he loves our freedom. He doesn't want us to just be um, add-ons with no thinking mind. He wants our heart and our minds, our will, to be like his, to be free and to choose loving kindness.